All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. So today, hey, man, look. Today, I want to talk about J. Prince. And I want to talk about, did he abandon Drake? You know, did he leave Drake behind? And it's a very interesting video that I seen. And I want to watch the video, get a little context from it. And it's some things that she revealed that I didn't know. Maybe I wasn't keeping up. And yeah, man. So before we get into that, I want to get my spill. This is Torture Talk. They call me the Hidden Gem. They call me the Hidden Gem. I'm gonna leave that in there. It's a blooper. They call me the Hidden Gem. Today I am Snake Eyes. Yo Joe. Not the other Joe either. If you like the content and you haven't subscribed yet, let me work for your subscription. Please consider subscribing. Also, too, thank y'all for all the donations. I really appreciate it. Somebody gave me a really good donation, and I really appreciated that. Thank you so much. Also, too, I love you, too. You know what I'm saying? You love my content. I love you. All the beautiful women. Put a one in the chat, please. You know what I'm saying? And I don't sell no merch, but I do content, and that's free. So if you don't have anything to donate, you being here is actually pretty good for me. So look, we're going to get into this video and we're going to come back and discuss.
Y'all, Drake is losing friends faster than anyone can imagine, and at this point, it looks like the entire hip-hop industry is against him. Chile, this man just can't seem to catch a break, and it's about to get worse because his ride or die J. Prince ditching him like yesterday's news right in the middle of his epic showdown with Kendrick. If y'all thought his beef with Kendrick couldn't get any more dramatic, think again because it just did. J. Prince just declared his support for Kendrick Lamar, and Drake is not taking this well. He went off on J. Prince, slamming him for betraying him and jumping ship to Kendrick's side. If there is one thing...
I love these videos, but sometimes I gotta call Cap because I never seen that. I never seen J. Prince jump ship to Kendrick's side. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if some people, you know, what they do is they tie certain things together and they piece things together and they just give their opinion because somebody hasn't spoken on something. Now, this is not to discredit this person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because she might come up with something. I'm saying for me, I look at things differently and I need a little more concrete evidence. Well, let's continue.
We know about Drake, it's that he can be petty AF. So it's not surprising that he is now threatening to release some nasty secrets about J. Prince, including some alleged Diddy-like activities. So did J. Prince really sell women? And did he really put a hit out on Migos rapper Takeoff? Let's talk about this. J. Prince and Drake have been friends for a long, long time. And J. Prince is known to be Drake's protector in the industry. He always jumps in to save Drake anytime any rapper even breathes wrong toward Drake, but he has been weirdly silent during this beef with Kendrick, which is weird. I mean, this has to be one of Drake's messiest and most humiliating episodes since he got famous, so J. Prince should have said something about that, right? Well, he has been silent through this, and fans are now speculating that Drake and J. Prince had a secretly messy falling out, and that's why J. Prince is keeping quiet and letting Drake suffer. Fans even called J. Prince out for a...
See what I mean? Like, sometimes what people do is they tie things together off of speculation and from what they heard or someone said something. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is not to discredit the video. I'm just saying that this is what people do.
abandoning Drake, like this person that said, "Has J. Prince called Drake yet? How long before he tells him to end the beef? When will we hear that there was a track aimed at Kendrick so distasteful that it would have led to violence? When will we hear that lie again?" A fan came out and spilled the tea, claiming that J. Prince has been totally hush-hush because Drake supposedly pulled a major backstab. Yep, apparently Drake betrayed J. Prince, and now there are whispers that J. Prince might have even orchestrated Drake's epic fail in their beef. And going by the things that the streets have been saying about J. Prince over the years, well, it shouldn't be surprising that he threw Drake to the wolves and didn't look back. The insider Insider claimed, "I'm guessing Jay Prince ain't by his side right now," which explains the loss, "because I think this would have not got this ugly had Mr. Prince been involved. No way he lets Cash Cow get screwed this bad. I'm thinking Drake backstabbed the boss. Lol if true, but I'm only speculating." So, you might be wondering why Jay Prince is such a big player in this beef and why everyone's so eager to hear his take. Well, it's because Jay Prince has been a major ally for Drake since the start. Drake pretty much owes his whole career to Jay Prince and his family. Jay Prince's son, Jazz, discovered Drake on MySpace, saw his potential right away, and set things in motion for him. The Prince family helped Drake land a deal with Arista Records and even introduced him to Lil Wayne, who became his mentor. Drake ended up sleeping with Lil Wayne's woman right under his nose, but that's a whole other story involving a
nasty work. That's some nasty work, Drake. How you gonna sleep with your boy's girl, man? Well, let's continue.
bit of drama.
Dad told you to go out and find artists with a buzz.
Yeah.
Who'd you find?
Drake.
That was the first artist you found?
That was my, yep. My first artist that I went out to look for. I came across all the artists. I came across Soulja Boy before I came across, that was when everybody was popping.
You could definitely say Jay Prince was a key player in turning Drake into the superstar he is today. He wasn't just a mentor, he was basically Drake's personal bodyguard in the cutthroat music industry, especially since Drake was making him a lot of money as well as a lot of social clout. Whenever things got tough, Prince had Drake's back, like when Pusha T tried to come after him. Jay Prince swooped in to set things straight and protect his golden goose because he knew that there was more to be gained from having Drake in his corner. According to TMZ, the Rap-A-Lot Records CEO told us Pusha's nothing more than an ant, and he issued a warning for the rapper. Some might hear that warning as more of a threat, but he says Pusha's got nothing to worry about, but only because he's not on Drake's level. That was not the only time that Jay Prince spoke up to defend Drake, because he also checked Kanye when Kanye tried to beef with Drake in 2018. Jay Prince immediately...
I remembered that, and I found that kind of weird that Kanye West was standing there with Jay Prince, and Jay Prince standing there, and Kanye West is reading off of a phone. I can almost guarantee that Jay Prince made him say that, and he probably wrote it and told him what to say. But what cracks me up is Kanye West went and did that, but Drake ain't say nothing. If you're gonna play, you gotta play both sides. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have Kanye West doing that and not Drake. Why you just didn't have both of them there doing it? And they did do the concert together. I remember that.
Spoke up and tweeted, "I met with Kanye West night in H-Town at the Rothko Chapel. It wasn't in my plans to meet him there, but I must say I'm glad I didn't allow a worship place for God to detour our meeting." He even posted a video of Kanye reading a script about making up with Drake, and honestly, it felt like Jay Prince was up to some behind-the-scenes shenanigans. There's no way he got Kanye to calm down that fast without pulling some strings or using a few sneaky tactics, because we all know Kanye can be pretty stubborn and a bit, special.
This is Jay and Jay Prince. I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the two biggest albums of the year live in Los Angeles, with ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people.
There's no way he got Kanye to calm down that fast without pulling some strings or using a few sneaky tactics, because we all know Kanye can be pretty stubborn and a bit, special.
This is Jay and Jay Prince. I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the two biggest albums of the year live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together. Beautiful.
But y'all know that Kanye don't listen to nobody. He started taking...
Now, that definitely sounds like something Jay Prince wrote or somebody wrote and told him to recite that. Maybe Jay Prince publisher or something. You know what I'm saying? And the way he read it, he didn't read it like he wrote it. He read it like somebody else wrote it, and he just had to read it because he was scared. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Prince standing there, you know what I'm saying, looking like a goon, like, okay, well, I made this happen. It's like, okay, then why not have Drake in the same shot with both of y'all? If it really was about peace and not doing something that's I would say what violent or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or because you basically said that you glad that the meeting in the Lord's house didn't take a detour. So you basically saying like, okay, yeah, well, something would have happened. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, if that was the case, then why not have Drake there too? You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going.
Taking shots at Drake again the moment Jay Prince stepped away. He dropped a remix of Like That, which made headlines and reignited the feud. But to be fair, Drake kinda sparked things up first when he jumped on Circo Loco with 21 Savage. He rapped, linking with the ops, I did that for Jay Prince, I did it for the mob ties. Feel like 17, 2 perks, frog eyes. And I never been the one to go apologize. Me, I'd rather hit him up one more time. So it's pretty clear, Drake's only really taking advice from one person in the game, and that's Jay Prince.
Bro. My nigga Drake, you gotta chill, bro. I be listening to some of your lyrics, bro. You are from the suburbs. You never probably even held a gun in your life. And you talking about you never apologize. You would rather hit him up one more time and all this goofy shit. Oh, I'm with the mob ties. It's like, you ever met a person who you know is just the fakest motherfucker ever, but because he hang with goons and gangsters, he feels like their authenticity has rubbed off on him, and he feels like, yo, I'm gangster too. You what? I'll blow your head up. I'll blow your head up with a hawk. I got a hawk, and I'll blow your head up with this hawk. And it's like, you never even pronouncing guns right. He just being tough because he's surrounded by tough niggas. That's Drake. Drake is the tough guy. He's the wannabe tough guy. What they call it? Simulated tough guy. That's Drake. He's the simulated tough guy. He's the creator character tough guy. You create the character on whatever game, and it's the tough guy. Drake. That's him.
Nobody else. And Jay Prince is more than ready to play the role of Drake's personal bodyguard, keeping an eye out for him in an industry full of rappers who would love to take a shot at Drake. In 2023, Jay Prince even had to check NBA YoungBoy after YoungBoy took some shots at Drake. YoungBoy was frustrated that Drake wouldn't collaborate with him because of his loyalty to Lil Durk, so he aired out his grievances in a track. In his song, F the Industry Part 2, he said, talk to Drake cross FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me. Told me that he screw with Durk. Damn, that stuff getting to me. Told me that he liked the stuff I'm doing, but can't do stuff with me. So when we cross our ways, screw what you say, you my enemy. Well, Jay...
I don't understand this, though. It's like, some of you guys, y'all be really out here diva-ing, I don't know if that's a word, but diva-ing for Drake. Y'all want Drake to be on your project so bad that y'all will go out y'all way to almost have your life taken. You know what I'm saying? You go and say, well, since you dealing with Durk, that's my enemy, but why can't you get on a song with me too? We should do a song too, bro. And it's like, if the nigga don't want to do music with you, then why are you crying about it? You got your own fan base. Just do your own shit. I would never understand why rappers cry because another rapper don't want to be on their song with them. That was the whole thing with Cannabis and Eminem. And I like Cannabis, but he ain't a fucking bitch. It's like, oh my God, Eminem don't want to rap with me. It's like, what? You are Cannabis, my nigga. You good. I can't really say the same thing about NBA YoungBoy. He does his thing, whatever, I guess. But you got a fan base. Just be better than Drake. I don't understand why y'all A lot of these people, what they want to do is they want to skip levels. They don't want to work hard. They want to be able to be at the top right away. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to the top like that so fast, you fall fast too. We seeing that now. That's why a lot of rappers' life cycles are not even 5 years. Most of them were 2 years, 3 years. They don't even make an album now. It's crazy.
Prince found out about the situation, and he did not like this. He wasn't about to let anyone threaten his golden boy, so he pulled up on YoungBoy in Salt Lake City, Utah, with Birdman in tow. After what must have been a pretty tense meeting for YoungBoy, J. Prince took to Instagram to drop a message. He said, "As you all can see, I had a good time kicking it with the homies in Utah. On behalf of the Lil Homie YB, me and my brother Birdman were able to have a real conversation face to face. We talked about the past, the present, and the future. But most importantly, we left each other with a mutual respect moving forward. Even though I wasn't there for a meeting with Birdman, I must say the Lord works in mysterious ways," he continued. With that being said, I must address the song where my name and Drake's name were mentioned. To the Lil Homie, as I said to you privately, I say to you publicly that Drake is my son, he roll with me. Therefore, I think it's a good idea to take him off your enemy list because the truth of the matter is that we got nothing but love for Dirk and your accomplishments. Given his track record of rushing to Drake's defense, it's...
Man, listen. Something happened with this nigga J. Prince and Drake. And I could fully say that now. So, you know, everything I said in the beginning of the video, I take it back. Because you are going so hard for this dude, bro. And I understand that that's your money. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's his money anymore. I think Drake is kind of away from J. Prince now because he sold everything to UMG, I believe. But there's no way in the world you sitting here telling me that you going this hard for Drake. And Kendrick has smoked him so bad and you ain't say nothing? Nothing? I don't know. Must be something. It got to be something. And I got a theory of what I think it is.
Pretty odd that he's staying quiet during what's arguably the biggest feud of his career. Just a few days ago, when asked about Kendrick's track Not Like Us, which has been causing a lot of trouble for Drake, he had some interesting thoughts to offer.
James, last question. Do you like You Not Like Us?
Chilly. That man doesn't care about Drake anymore. The normal J. Prince would have seized that moment to go off on Kendrick and check him for trying to bully Drake, but he just laughed and waved it off. So, what really happened between these two? There's been a lot of buzz lately. Some people are saying J. Prince and Drake had a falling out, but even juicier rumors suggest that J. Prince is avoiding getting mixed up in Drake's beef with Kendrick because he doesn't want his own issues exposed. We all know Kendrick doesn't play around and can be pretty ruthless, so J. Prince probably doesn't want that kind of trouble. Not everyone sees J. Prince as a real gangster, but there's talk about him being deep into some shady stuff in Houston, similar to what we've seen with Diddy. With Diddy's recent scandals, it makes sense that J. Prince would want to keep his own secrets under wraps. Diddy is on the hook for a wild lot of crazy stuff, and everyone in Hollywood is sitting up and locking their secrets up because nobody wants that kind of drama. Plus, there are reports that J. Prince's son has been using Area 29 clubs to bring women in for Drake and his OVO crew. And let's not forget this verse from Drake's track, Family Matters, where he said, "Drop a 50 bag for the mob in the spot. Drop a 50 bag, 29 for the I was really trying to keep it PG. I was really trying to keep it PG. If you had a set, they'd give you a DP. But you civilian gang, in real life, UPC. Drake isn't just dropping hints.
And this is what I mean. Like, bro, you civilian too. It's like, bro, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? You got all these people surrounding you. You're not a gangster. You grew up in the suburbs, my nigga. Not to say people in the suburbs ain't gangster, because there's a lot of suburban gangsters. But you ain't never do nothing like that. You ain't never do nothing like that.
About Area 29, he's also showing off his street connections, aka J. Prince. But that's not all. Remember how Takeoff's tragic passing had Drake's name floating around as a suspect? J. Prince found himself in a similar position since his...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fucking horses. I did not know that Drake name was floating around as a suspect. Now, not as a suspect. I know what they're saying, not as a suspect as him shoot, because I don't think he was there. But having something to do with it? Drake? This is the same thing with the X shit. People were saying that he had something to do with that too. Oh, shit.
Including his son, was supposed to be keeping an eye on Takeoff and Quavo since they were in Houston as Jay Prince's guests, and it was his job to protect them. Not only did he fail to do that, but his son, Jay Prince Jr., who was with Takeoff and Quavo at the shooting scene, callously walked past Takeoff's body while Quavo was crying in pain. And it looks like Kendrick has all this tea because he threw some
wild. That's wild, bro. So the bull gets killed and you were supposed to be watching and making sure the dudes are good. He gets killed and you walk over his body and keep it moving? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my God. Bro, that's nuts. That's crazy as hell. That's crazy. And for someone to say that, if someone said you had something to do with it, I would believe them because you were supposed to be taking care of them and you walk past a man's body after he gets shot. You stepped over his body? My nigga, this is wild. Oh, it's all coming together now.
Shade at Jay Prince in his recent beef. In his 6-minute diss track, Euphoria, he raps, his daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the stuff that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky, I'll park his son. At the time...
Oh, shit. So now it makes sense. It makes sense now. His daddy's a killer. He wanna be junior. Yo. It make a lot of sense now. That's what Kendrick was talking about. It's like, listen, I'll park your son. Like, I understand what happened. Like, and I know what happened. But you jump in it if you want, and I'll put your son down. Because his son probably has something to do with the dude's death. Oh, shit. Yo, Kendrick, man, I see why everybody's not saying nothing. Because they feel like he probably got everything on all you niggas. Kendrick probably has everything on every one of you niggas, and y'all can't do nothing to him. That's crazy.
Many people thought Kendrick was targeting Drake's biological dad, but now it looks like he might have been aiming at Jay Prince, who's been like a father figure to Drake in the industry. So does this explain why Jay Prince stepped back and chose to mind his business for once? It certainly seems like it. Jay Prince has a questionable past. Before stepping into the entertainment scene, he was a major figure on the streets of Houston. It's entirely possible that he's still mixed up in some shady dealings behind the scenes. Going head-to-head with Kendrick could risk exposing those hidden secrets, which might explain Jay Prince's sudden withdrawal. I mean, Kendrick seems to have all the spiciest and juiciest tea on his ops, and given the magnitude of Jay Prince's alleged secrets, yeah, let's say that Jay Prince might want to take a step back. The big question now is, are these two done for good? We can't say for sure. But it looks like Drake might have figured out how to pull Jay Prince back into the spotlight and maybe take another jab at Kendrick in the process. How's he planning to do that? There are rumors that Drake is working on a new diss track that will address everything, from Kendrick to Rick Ross and even Jay Prince. Yep, Drake is gearing up for a second round with a new diss track. Word on the street is that while Drake's been keeping a low profile in Toronto, he's been busy crafting some fire behind the scenes to remind Kendrick who's really in charge. Before you brush it off, DJ Academics is the one breaking the news. He's been all over the drama, keeping fans in the loop about Drake's latest moves, so a lot of folks trust his info.
So, how do I feel about that? Now, I'll be honest with you. This just threw me for a loop. And I see why nobody hasn't said anything now. because I think people are afraid that Kendrick knows too much, and they know he knows too much, and they can't do nothing to him. So I think a lot of people are just keeping their mouth shut. They shutting up. Now, as far as Jay Prince goes, I don't know. I have no clue of what's going on with him. But that is very telling that his son watched a man get shot, and he supposed to be watching the dude and making sure they were good, and he walked right over his body. It's crazy work.
The latest. In one of his live streams, Academics revealed that Drake played a track for a crowd at a Houston club. Given how crazy things can get in a club, the lyrics haven't been confirmed yet.
So I heard that there was a record that got played in some club. Not club, it was like, I guess it's a club in Houston.
Well, let me stop it there. Now that I think about it, he's not dissing Jay Prince. Not in Houston. Like, come on. Come on now. Use your brain. He's not going to diss Jay Prince in Houston. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that he's going to diss Jay Prince at all, because that wouldn't make sense for him to diss Jay Prince and now he can't go to Houston. I just don't see that happening. If he does, then he already planned that he ain't going back to Houston.
Right? And the record's kind of sounding like Drake talking some Now, is that the next record he's gonna put out? No.
But academic sources and hunches suggest it's likely a diss track aimed at Kendrick. Honestly, Drake has a lot of damage control.
And Act gotta stop this. He gotta stop like he has the inside information. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand, Drake does what Drake does. You know what I'm saying? Whatever his record label, whoever owns all his stuff, they tell him when to drop. Drake is not in control of anything. Trust and believe that. He's not in control of anything. And Act knows this, but he likes to gaslight people and make people think that Drake has this song coming. Oh shit, he got a diss coming. I wish he does. I wish he do drop another diss so we have more content out here. Please, drop another diss.
To do. Not Like Us hit him hard, and I'm surprised he's even been seen out in public after that. But here's an important detail. Listen closely to what Academic says towards the end of the clip. He mentioned that this diss track won't be Drake's next single.
Is that the next record he's gonna put out? No.
Some fans are scratching their heads about why Academic said that. There were rumors about Drake dropping a track titled Man in the Mirror, which was said to sample Michael Jackson's classic of the same name. To be honest, if it was an MJ sample, we'd probably have seen some buzz about it by now. But there's been nothing so far. Clubs can be noisy, but a whole room would definitely notice if a track sampled an MJ song. So if it's not an MJ track
there's no record. Act's capping. This is how you know he's lying, right? This is how you know these people be lying. First of all, if there was a record, right, that somebody played of Drake, it would be so many people online talking about the record. How is it that Academics wasn't there, but he heard that there was a record and no one else said anything about it? No one on Twitter, no one on X, no one on Instagram, no one said, yo, I heard this new Drake record. And all it takes is one other person to say that. I haven't heard nobody say that they heard Drake play a record in a club. And how the hell do Academics know this? Who did he find out from? So obviously, if it was true, somebody had to tell him. So if somebody told him, they must have told somebody else. I haven't heard nobody say nothing about no record. And I'm online all day, and I haven't seen or heard nobody say that there was a record that he played for people in a club. I never seen it. So Act needs to stop gaslighting. Come on, bro, chill.
Kendrick diss. What is Academics hinting at? Could Drake be working on something entirely different? We can't be sure, but one thing's for certain. The reports about Drake playing a new track are credible. Remember how he previewed What Would Pluto Do from For All the Dogs before its official drop? What's even more interesting is that Drake has been on the move. He just got back to Canada a few days ago and posted a photo with 50 Cent. If you think Drake shared that pic just because he was having a good time with Fifth, think again. While Fifth is known for his jokes and good company, many believe Drake might be taking a jab at Rick Ross. Fifth's backing of Drake isn't so much about supporting him as it is about his dislike for Rick Ross. So, it looks like Drake might be adding fuel to the fire. But Drake isn't the only one planning a new diss track. Reports say Kendrick is getting ready to hit the studio again. After all the heavy shots he's taken at Drake, it's hard to see how Drake could handle much more. So round 2 might be on the horizon, and it's uncertain if J. Prince can stay out of the mix, especially with Drake still fuming over the betrayal from the first round. If Drake is gearing up for another round, he'll probably sort things out at home first. But get this, an anonymous source is now claiming that Drake's upcoming diss track is toward J. Prince, not Kendrick. According to The Insider, Drake has learned his lesson not to mess with Kendrick, so he's going to pretend that the beef is not happening. Instead, his anger is directed toward...
I don't believe that. I don't believe that he has a diss track towards J. Prince. That wouldn't make sense at all. You know what I'm saying? What is he going to say to J. Prince? That's not going to make any sense at all for him to have a diss track towards J. Prince. Like, why? J. Prince is not a rapper. I mean, I'm not saying Drake did diss people that wasn't rappers, but I just don't see that actually ending well for him dissing J. Prince. Like, why would he do that? It has to be something. And I think that J. Prince would have said that they have an issue because he runs his mouth all the time and he likes to air stuff out. I don't think that J. Prince would have bit his tongue when it comes to Drake. I think he would have came out and said, listen, me and the homie Drake, we not cool no more. We talked about it and I told him this and he told me that or whatever. You just look at the history, but he hasn't said anything. And I'll give my take and we're going to finish this out.
J. Prince, not Kendrick. He is reportedly furious that J. Prince would betray him like this. Another insider claimed that Drake feels furious that J. Prince used him for clout, only to toss him aside when he was done using him. And get this, Drake's diss track is going to expose some of that dirt that J. Prince is so desperate to protect, and it's the ultimate middle finger toward J. Prince and his betrayal. Fans commented, J. Prince lost respect when Takeoff died, and his son walked over that man's lifeless body like he was trash. The reason he ain't saying ish about that Drake and Dot beef BC, he knows we ain't forgot about Takeoff, and he's trying to lay low. It could be other stuff at play too. You know Kendrick won when the biggest Drake cheerleaders in 50 and J. Prince stayed quiet. Prob the first time the loudest dudes in hip-hop been silent. Don't get it wrong. Next Drake drop, the cheerleaders will be back, but watch how quiet they get when Kendrick responds. Drake must have stopped paying J. Prince because he been quiet as a mouse. Kendrick even dissed J. Prince Jr., and J. Prince still quiet. I guess Drake isn't protected anymore, LMFAO. Anywho.
Yeah, man. About 90% of that I agree with, but I don't agree with Drake. He's going to diss J. Prince. I don't think that that's going to happen. He might throw a shot in there, subliminal or whatever, but I just don't see him dissing J. Prince. I don't see him doing a whole diss track on J. Prince. And because he has a lot of dirt on him too, Drake. And everybody knows that Drake has some dirt on him. And you diss J. Prince, some of that dirt is going to come out. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it happening. And I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to diss J. Prince. I just don't see it. To me, that would be the dumbest move he ever make because now you look desperate. You know what I'm saying? I do think a round 2 is coming, but I don't think it's going to come the way we think it's going to come. You know, I think it's going to be more on the lines of, this round is going to be more on the lines of Drake is going to throw some subliminals, but he hasn't said anything rap-wise, and I think that Kendrick is already ready for Drake, no matter what Drake does. And I always say this, he checkmated him so bad, and there's really nothing he can do. He can't do anything. Now, as far as the reason why J. Prince hasn't said nothing to Kendrick, I believe the reason why is because Kendrick is fully protected. And I think that whoever is surrounding Kendrick, all of these rappers know that these dudes do not play no games. And I think that Kendrick is not one of those dudes that you want to play with either. You know what I'm saying? I think that he gets the nice guy role, or people say, but I totally believe that he's into something too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we don't know about it. Of course, obviously we don't know about it, but he has to portray that good guy, nice guy, because he's one of the biggest artists in the world. But I think a lot of people know that he moves very militant. And the people that surround him, they don't play. And I know that people know this, and they got people everywhere. Everywhere. They got people everywhere. And I think that that's the case. I think that that's why Jay Prince ain't say nothing. And I'm not saying that Jay Prince is scared and all this stuff. I am saying that he didn't say anything because I think Kendrick has some things on them and he knows that. Or he might not know. He just might speculate that he might know because he did mention his name in the song. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's a killer. So it's like, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, this is a good video. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all again on the next one, man. Thank y'all for all the donations and love y'all out there, man. Peace, bye.